Yeah. It's me, Chris Poppy Chulo Miller, and this is my rant. I'm here with P2P Rixh, VSU in the building. Man, this is a serious, sincere question. Tough year and a half for everybody. How are you, man?
I'm good, bro. I can't complain, man. Well, I'm making it work for real. You know, it's been tough on everybody, but, I'm trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's pretty much it. I'm doing what everybody else doing, bro. I'm figuring it out.
Facts. I was saying before, if you didn't have the hustle during 2020, you just don't got it in you.
You just don't got it, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is, bro. This pandemic shouldn't have really made a difference that much. I mean, I know it affected a lot of people, but if you really was already on your grind, bro, this shit shouldn't have meant nothing.
Facts. Now, you have mad stuff going on that I'm going to address during this interview. But first off, I want to adjust your label. Out of pure curiosity, does everybody on your label refer to themselves as pay to play? Is this like some all money in or no limit, for instance, type thing?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's what it's gonna be. You feel what I'm saying? I wouldn't say right now I don't really have anybody, per se that I would say on the label. I got guys that I grew up with that's, representing a brand and, stuff like that. But right now as an artist, it's just me. Okay. So eventually we're going to go into that, everything's going to be pay to play, whoever, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the route that I'm taking.
Okay, that's pretty hard. That's going to be hard. Everybody going to know it's you.
Yeah, facts. And then little do people know, but I'm kind of trying to mimic the all money in Nipsey Hussle type of, you know what I'm saying? Like the way he constructed that, I'm trying to just, recreate it.
See, that's why I asked the question. See, I'm already on game. I'm 2 steps ahead.
Yeah. I like that. That you paying attention, bro. That's lit.
Facts. Now, I know you mentioned in your previous interview, however, for my viewers, what does the pay to play represent? Why is this your name?
So pay to play, man, it's a lifestyle, bro. When you think about pay to play, I mean, that's basically just a reference to you gotta put something in to get something out. You feel what I'm saying? And when you think about life, that's how life is. You gotta put something in to get something out. You want a reward, you gotta work hard for it. You want money, you gotta work hard for it. So that's what the pay to play stand for. And it's crazy because before I even looked into pay to play and like thought about what it actually meant, I had a homeboy of mine who we was in a conversation in the group chat about celebrity women, and we was talking about which ones we would pay to have sex with. And I was basically the one in there talking about like most of them, saying like I would say most of them that I would pay to have sex with it. We was just joking around, but my boy was just like, yeah, you pay to play rich. And it just kind of stuck with me, bro. I kind of liked how that sounded. You feel what I'm saying? So, research, and I was like, oh, okay, I can rock with this.
That's pretty cool because the best things happen organically. So it doesn't sound like that was something forced. That was something that kind of, organically happened for you.
Yeah, facts. It definitely was an organic moment, bro. It wasn't nothing forced. I didn't sit at home all day and think about what am I going to call myself as a rapper? Like, you know what I'm saying? It just kind of happened like that.
Yeah, that's kind of how I got my name. My pops called me Papi Chulo Poco Bico growing up. So it was something that just kind of stuck with me. Now,
it's got the RVA feel to it.
Yeah, facts. Now, my pops always tells me that, you need to invest in yourself in order to, reach your ultimate goals. How did you come to the terms that you got to pay to play? Like I know it was that you're talking about your conversation with your boys and all that, but you're at a young age to realize that. So how did you actually come to terms with that?
I mean, I watch a lot of interviews, man. I watch a lot of artists that have already made it. I paid attention to the game for a long time, and I just came to the realization that, people always say that your life could change in a year, but you got to put that time in. So when you put in that time in, what you get out of that is the success. And that, and another word for that is paying to play. You feel what I'm saying? Okay. So in my when I say pay to play, that's what I'm talking about. You feel what I'm saying? I just put it in a way that it's reciprocal for people.
Now, I'm glad you explained that because listen, I need you to clarify this. On Playing for Keeps, you say, I'm cool in your features, I won't pay a fee. However, you're pay to play rich. Isn't that a tad bit contradicting to your name and your label?
No. So when I say pay to play, man, and let me be clear. I'm saying that I'm paying for anything that's gonna invest or make my career go further. You understand what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of people here in my city want you to pay them for a feature when it's not gonna do anything for me in my career. So that is the reference and what I mean by, I'm cool on your features. I won't pay a fee. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm cool with paying somebody who's gonna, help take my career to another level or help boost my, my views, my content, stuff like that. But other than that, bro, it's a waste. It's not a good investment.
Okay, so we have artists such as like Lil Baby, Moneybagg Yo, Lil Durk saying what they charge for a feature. So if you were to get a feature from them or something like that, you would pay for that feature, you're saying?
I'm paying it.
Okay. Nobody on the lower scale.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna say on the lower scale. I'll pay a Pooh Shiesty or somebody that's
local, like a local scale, like an underground rapper.
Oh yeah. It's a few, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say it's a lot, but it's a few that I probably would, I'm not sure if you're too familiar with Primo Rice.
Nah.
He come out the DMV area. That's somebody who I would pay for a feature for. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with bro music. He got a nice little following and he got a vibe. You know what I'm saying? And he's still considered to be, I wouldn't say local, but he ain't popped yet. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
But like I said, it's specifically just what's going on in my city. You feel what I'm saying? Like just in my section, in my area. Anybody that you want to work with, you know what I'm saying? Majority of the people want you to pay them for a feature. But I'm just like, bro, your music is good. My music is good. Why we just can't make music together? Because if we can make a dope song, it'll take both of us somewhere versus, you know what I'm saying? So
that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so for the record, Pay to Play Rixh doesn't charge for a feature yourself right now, I would assume, right?
No, I'm not charging for features right now, bro. If the song is dope, get with me. I'm probably going to jump on it. I'll probably put a hard 16 on there.
Heard you. Now let's Huh?
I said, it's just because I just don't feel like I'm at a point right now where I'm going to leverage somebody's career. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm not sure that I'm going to be at that. I'm not at that point right now, realistically, in my career where I'm going to do that. You know what I'm saying? I might get you a couple follows on the gram. You know what I'm saying? I might get you a couple of views, but I'm not going to do anything drastically to your career for you to have to pay me for a feature. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And now I look at it the other way around. If I'm going to pay for a feature, it's got to be that. And if it ain't, then I'm cool on your features. I won't pay a fee.
At least you're real about the situation, though.
Yeah. And I like to be completely honest. I'm pretty sure you tapped in with the music. I'm real, I like to keep everything real about everything that I do, bro. You know what I'm saying? So
let's tap into you as an artist. For someone that's, listen to your lyrics, they would definitely hear that you're from Richmond. Your Dead Man Wonderland was the first joint that you told me to check out, which you said was a metaphor for speaking on the violence in Richmond, right? And then you have songs such as We Up, where you say, we the new wave of Richmond, and Flexing 2.0, where you say you putting RVA on the map like you're supposed to. Besides obviously being from Richmond, why is Richmond so significant for you?
Because nobody from here made it yet, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like, nobody from Richmond, Virginia. Now, we have people from Virginia who've made it, but not Richmond, Virginia, who have made it on that big major platform. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we have producers, you know what I'm saying? We have engineers, but as far as an artist, bro, we haven't had anybody to really, put on for the city. So that's kind of like where I'm at with it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's my goal. That's my path, my passion for what I'm doing right now. It's like, I don't want to just be, a rapper that's making a lot of money, bro. I want to be able to put other people in position to make money too.
That's where the power moves come in. That's when you implementing that boss status right there.
Exactly. And I already got the mindset, bro. I just need the leverage. You feel what I'm saying?
Heard you. That's big too, because some people either don't like to admit where they're from, either because of the circumstances, or they try to say they're from a tougher neighborhood than where they really are from. So for you to be, you know, leveled into your music and everything, and then, you know, trying to prosper and put Richmond on, that's pretty big as well. And then people, when they do get on, they typically forget where they came from.
Yeah, facts. And that's not something that I'm going to do. You feel what I'm saying? Because I just feel like it's so important to put a lot of shine on the city, because we got a lot of dope artists, bro. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, me to be the one to put that shine on them people or open up the doors like Chief Keef did in Chicago.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going out legend if I do that, bro. So that shit big to me.
Facts. When you hear GHerbo and Lil Durk and them guys, they still talking about Chief Keef or Polo G. They're still talking about what Chief Keef did, you know, opening the doors. Him and Lil Durk came around the same time, or Lil Durk came out a little bit before, but, you know, they started popping around the same time, but they still talk about what the impact that Chief Keef had, you know, for their careers.
Yeah.
But sticking with that geographic, you have songs like 4 a.m. in Richmond or Cannot Vent, Active. And a lot of your songs, actually, you're giving out knowledge and game. Why? As opposed to talking, you know, money, cash, hoes, like every other artist.
Bro, because that shit is just so cliche. You feel what I'm saying? Like, every song you're gonna hear from here, bro, that's what niggas is gonna talk about. They're gonna talk about money, clothes, hoes, and guns and violence. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I could talk about that shit. That honestly, I feel like writing songs like that is easy. You feel me? I done it before, but it's just, I want to try to challenge myself. You feel what I'm saying? I want to set myself apart from everybody else, and I think I'm doing that in my own way. I'm not trying to be something I'm not. You feel me? I'm talking about the shit that I've seen. Anybody that knows me is gonna vouch for that. I'm talking about things that I've done. You feel what I'm saying? And anybody that knows me is gonna vouch for that. And I think that's very important when my name start buzzing and people get to asking about me. They're gonna say, "Yeah, bro, he really was doing that. Or he really," you know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that's really important, because so many people have this facade that you got to be hard and you got to be gangster, and you know what I'm saying, in your music you got to talk about 30 clips, and you feel what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm trying to build a different mode, and that's why I said we the new wave, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is what this shit about now.
That's big. Now, you mentioned basically having people co-sign what you've done, speaking on things that you've seen. In that aspect, you remind me a lot of Jay-Z. You keep implementing the things that you've done in your lifetime, which, by the way, I did see your interview. Don't ever compare a skater art major to the GOAT Hope. Don't do that, man. Don't do that.
Hey, man. Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I totally understand where you're coming from, and I respect everything that Jay-Z done as far as his career as an artist. But, you know, I came up in a time where all I seen was Lil Wayne everywhere. You feel what I'm saying? From the time that I got into music until now, still, like, you feel what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to shun all of those things that I've seen since I was a jit.
I mean, Lil Wayne only got 5 #1 albums compared to Jay-Z's 14 without a pen. So, and he did it first. I mean,
hey, and that's facts. But you also got to look at the track record on what Wayne was doing when he was in his prime. You feel what I'm saying? Like, bro, it was a time span for a couple of years where this man was on the radio all day, every day, on somebody else's song, or whether it was his, bro. Like, it's hard to beat that, bro.
I mean, I'm
talking for years.
He didn't have a #1 record until 2008 with Lollipop, but that's another conversation. I already put that YouTube video out, you know, telling why Jay-Z is the GOAT. So go check that out. But for you, you're not a trap artist, like you said. How do you describe yourself as an artist?
Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, dog. Like, that's a really good question, bro. I ain't never had nobody ask me that. I don't know I wouldn't even know how to. I would say if Honest was a person.
Okay.
That's how I would describe myself. If Honest was a person.
Nah, that's pretty big, because you got a lot of rappers, like you said, they're fraudulent. Their stories aren't things that they've actually seen. So you're not telling any lies in your raps, is what you're saying.
Yeah, facts. Not at all.
Okay. That's very commendable. I do hear the Nipsey references. We just talked about Nipsey earlier. Roddy Ricch, Rick Ross, Eazy-E. Recently, you said Fat Trail was a big influence on your music or has a big influence on your music. Who inspires your rhymes, your flow, your cadence? Like, what combination of artists make up Pay to Play Rixh?
I would have to say Dipset.
For real?
I like Joel. I like Joel's Jim Jones. Yeah, I grew up listening to that shit. I would say Gucci. Definitely Wayne. Like, I like how he always had bars and metaphors and stuff like that. I try to mimic that. Yeah. Fat Trail, of course. It's a couple, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I think off the top, bro, those is some of the major ones that I would say.
Okay, I could see the Lil Wayne because I hear a lot of the similes and metaphors in your rap schemes and things like that. Dipset is a surprise to me. I wouldn't think that you know, especially being from Richmond, I guess, it's just surprising that you would say Dipset. But that's pretty cool. Diplomat, they always was on the vibe, the waves and everything like that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I got a side of my mom's side of the family. My mom's side of the family is from Boston. So I would go out there a lot, you feel me, like every summer. And when I would go out there, my family would always get me hip out there to the music that they was listening to. That's how I got introduced to the Diplomat. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I got a really strong, I got family ties out there. So they be putting me on, the music and shit.
Okay.
J.R. Writer's that guy.
Yeah, and then you bring the wave down to Richmond out here.
Yeah, yep, that's exactly right.
Okay. To me, you remind me a little bit of, like, in your spaceships in the suburbs, you remind me of GHerbo, just how you come on the track, your voice in there, it reminds me a little bit of GHerbo. And then I don't know if you listen to him, so this isn't a diss. You know, I told you how I felt about your tracks. I told you your tracks was fire, but Iman, for the Commonwealth, you heard of Iman, Iman.
Yeah.
You remind me of Iman on that EP a little bit.
Nah, I don't really listen to bro music. I know he's a good baller, but you know.
Yeah.
But hey, bro, I mean, if you like it, I love it, bro. You feel me?
Heard you. And then I already told you about how you remind me of, you know, the reminding the listener of what you've done. It reminds me of Jay-Z. But real quick, before we get into the meaning of some of your lyrics, I do want to mention how creative your EPs are. The covers are. Are those ideas that you come up with, or how do you put those in play?
So the ideas, Spaceships in the Suburbs was an idea that I've had since high school. I just never really, executed on it. Yeah. For the Commonwealth, there was an idea that I had that I collaborated on with my manager. Okay. And we just kind of came up with that. You feel what I'm saying? But I think that cover arts are very important, especially when it comes to these day and ages, because everything is about clickbait. You feel what I'm saying? And if I got something that's going to catch your eye, it's going to make you click on it. So, I think that's important.
Yeah, I thought that was hard. You got in the Spaceships in the Suburbs, just sitting on a spaceship in the middle of a cul-de-sac, it looks like. That's pretty hard. And then on the Commonwealth, you got the line graph that's actually looking like it's making out the Commonwealth of Virginia. And then it got all the area codes at the bottom. And then the target looks like the target price. But it's also very time savvy because everybody's into stocks and everything right now and the cryptocurrencies and everything like that.
That's exactly right, bro. And that's why it was just perfect for me to do it the way I did it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't have said that I could have done a better cover than what I did at the time when I dropped it.
Facts. That's the honest rapper in you.
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? Yeah, for real.
Now, there's been a wave of emphasis on EPs over album drops. For you, why the EPs and no albums yet? Like, when can we expect your debut album?
I don't have a time frame for a debut album right now. Mm-hmm. Right now, I just want to keep giving EPs because EPs are short. And when they're short and they're good, people are going to just continuously run it back. You feel what I'm saying? And that helps me a lot with my streams, and it helps me a lot with, people getting to know the words and you know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. When you constantly playing back, I've noticed that the attention span of the normal person is really short. So after you go about past 5 or 6 songs, bro, niggas is like, yo, put something else on. You feel me? Yeah. So I feel if I keep it short, 4 to 5 songs, bro, if it's fire, they just gonna play it over again. You feel what I'm saying? And I think that that's important to just keep that mold for myself right now, and just continue to keep doing that. Plus, I also want to stay consistent. I feel like that I can stay consistent with dropping a 4-song EP every couple of months. You feel what I'm saying? Versus me doing a 10-song album and then y'all gotta wait another 6 months to get that. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. It just make more sense to me.
Where did you get this whole thought process from? Because you see, like, everybody underneath Good Music and Kanye West, they came out with the 7-song or 7-album schemes and things like that. And then you see what you mentioned in the attention span of everybody. The shorter songs, the 2-minute songs, those are the songs that everybody's running back. Like, for instance, Ski right now is popping, but all the 2-minute songs are the songs that are more likely the hardest, but that people keep recycling. Where did you, kind of figure that out from?
Studying the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm a student of the game first before I'm an artist, because I just love rap and I love hip hop. So with me studying the game and watching different interviews, as I stated before, and just understanding how the game is working, I'm just starting to pick up on, the different things that the bigger artists that I want to be at are doing. And I'm just trying to mimic it.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Hopefully one day we'll see you there doing that same stylistic stuff. Now, for the Commonwealth out now, what do you want people to take away from the EP?
What I want people to take away from this EP is that that I do a lot of what I do for Virginia, and I do it for my city. I also want people to take away from that project that how versatile I am as an artist, because on my first Spaceships in the Suburbs, it was a really mellow vibe. It was, most of the beats were kind of dark. I was speaking a lot of real shit on there and just talking about my city and where I come from. On this project was more upbeat. It had a lot more different content on there as far as the things that's going on in my life. I just allowed you to see it from a different aspect. And that's what I want people to take away from that, is that, I'm not just about, telling a story from the street or from the curb. You feel me? I can give it to you both ways.
Heard you. Now, you got a couple of hooping references in some of your tracks. Did you used to ball, or are those just analogies?
Nah, I used to play basketball, bro. I still play basketball. I don't play for nobody team or nothing like that. I just love the sport. I'm a pretty decent player. Okay.
So now, speaking of which, I didn't know you hoop, so I gotta, we gotta get you on the court, see what you could really do. But speaking
we can do.
In defense, you say, I learned to watch who I hang with, because all them niggas that you love and gang with be the niggas that throw crosses when that pain hit, set you up, take you down, Kobe plain shit. One of the realest lyrics that you got. What does that mean to you?
It means exactly what I'm saying, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's basically my way of giving game to somebody and letting them know that it be the people that's closest to you that's gonna hurt you before somebody else. You feel what I'm saying? And sometimes it be situations where you don't even know that it be those people. So that was my way of giving game to somebody, or maybe a young cat who running around and doing what he's doing, to inform him and let him know that you gotta watch the people around you just as well. Yeah. The Kobe reference came from my beliefs on what happened when he passed. He was in the middle of a deal or something that he was trying to close. And I feel as though that he was about to make a big staple and a big movement as a Black man. And the way that they stopped that was by killing him.
So you think that was plotted?
Yeah, I think that was plotted. Now, that's just my belief, though. You know what I'm saying? But if you have any questions about it, I would go do the research on what he was trying to accomplish before he died.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's a different perspective. Were you hesitant at all to release that lyric with the Kobe reference after seeing how people misinterpreted Meek's lyric of mentioning Kobe?
I wasn't, because I was intentional in the way that I wrote the lyric and how I was going to portray it. I already knew that it was no way you could take that in a in a disrespectful manner.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? No shape or form was it disrespectful to that man or to his life or his legacy. So I wasn't hesitant about it at all.
And then in active, you mentioned, I hear demons talking. They want me back sinning. And then it seems like somebody that you trust told you stay out the streets and stick to these missions. While on Karma Crazy, you say you was down on your dick, you was broke like a bitch. Still had bitches calling, you didn't give a shit. They just in the way of you trying to get rich. Were these different distractions that you felt like you were prioritizing your time towards?
Correct. That's exactly what it was. I was putting a lot of time into things that may have taken me backwards instead of me going forward. And I felt like that I needed to express that in my music so that people could understand exactly where I'm at with my life right now and why I'm taking music serious, because those things that I had going on are, you know, not the best options for me. You feel what I'm saying? And I realized that in myself. And, you know, music has always been a passion of mine. And I felt like right now was the best time for me to really cut those distractions off and take this shit serious.
That's big, because same thing for me. I was prioritizing my time towards females and hanging out when I should have been prioritizing my time more towards radio and stuff like that. Not to say that they don't go hand in hand, but I was more so spending a lot of time trying to, you know, mess with women instead of, you know, being about my business. You know what I'm saying? So it was big that you said that and experiencing the same thing.
Yeah, I just be trying to give game from the shit that I learned in life, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I know it's somebody else out there that's my age who ain't experienced what I've experienced. So the fact that I can tell you about, you know, whatever it is that you're going through and letting you know, like, yo, bro, I done already did that. It's probably not the best route for you to do. You know, I think that's dope to be able to give that in my music, bro.
Yeah, that's also big too, because a lot of people try to hide what they done and you know, not be open about it when it could help somebody.
Right. And I've been told that I need to be more open about my life and my music. I ain't gonna lie, I've been hesitant about, you know, giving people the real about my life, like everything. You feel me? Like, I always keep it real, but I'll be hesitant about giving people everything about my life, bro, because that's kind of hard. Like, I'm about, you know, my life and, you know, everything that didn't happen in it. But now I'm starting to realize that people like that shit and they want to hear it.
Yeah, as an artist, that's what, you know, that's the realness about it, you know, being the realization and, you know, in people's life, they want to hear it and it's something that they can relate to. But also in Karma Crazy, you say, I know this is going to sound funny coming from a college nigga. Funny how I know more about hustling than you supposed to be street dudes. Where were you mentally with this? Why did you say this?
I felt like it was important for people to understand that you don't always have to come from the hood, or, you know, you don't have to be a gangster, quote unquote, to know how to make money, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. I was taught by some of the realest niggas about how to make $1, bro. And, you know, I ain't sleep or come up in the hood nowhere. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. But I you know, the fact that I went to college and, you know, I took a different route than a lot of niggas, they expect me to not know about that side of things. And that was just let people know, like, nah, bro, like, I'm valid too. Like, I know what's going on out here. I got motion, you feel me? So that was just me talking my shit.
Yeah, especially perfect example is back to defense when you say you're from Richmond. It don't matter where you're from, you learn the streets. I think people feel if you go to school and you graduate, or if you're from the suburbs, or whatever route that's different, they feel like you can't be exposed to certain things. It's just up to that person to not go down that path, or, you know, do what they do with that information.
Correct. But that don't mean that I haven't experienced it, though. And that's the biggest thing. Like, people think that you haven't experienced it because you know, you come from where you come from, or you live where you live, or you do what you do. And that ain't the case for me at all. That's not the case for me.
Yeah. So we talked about 2020, having this hustle. For you, of course, the hustle was getting back into the studio. And I couldn't help but notice that all your songs on Apple Music either have a release of either 2020 or 2021. Were you literally in the studio all of quarantine?
I wasn't. I didn't start getting into the studio. Well, yeah. Matter of fact, I was, because I started getting into the studio around late March, April of last year.
Yeah.
And that's when it actually hit.
Yeah.
It was a time for me, bro, where I had lost my job because of the pandemic. None of my plays was really moving how I wanted them to move. I didn't really have no other options but to, figure something out. And I was like, bro, this will probably be the perfect time for me to just go do some music.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of times failures are often, blessings in disguise, especially I've been saying that for a lot of people throughout this past year and a half. And after your Rick Ross reference, you say you popped me a bottle, I opened a business. Speak on, just losing your job and then during the pandemic, how it actually benefited you.
I think that the way that it benefited me was it kind of taught me like, okay, you got to figure something out. You feel what I'm saying? Like it let me know that times like this may happen again. And when that happens, you can't depend on having one income or only just having a job. You feel what I'm saying? You got to have other things going on so that way when one thing falls, you still can take care of your business and have everything paid for. And that opened up my eyes a lot, because once I lost my job during the pandemic, bro, I didn't have nothing. Yeah. I wasn't like doing no hustling shit on the side or nothing. Like I was content and comfortable with my job. So I was just like, yo, I really got to figure some shit out. You know what I'm saying? And I just was like, bro, I got this little money right here that I done, worked up real quick. Yeah. Let me put it into something that's going to be more money. And that's what I did.
That's what's up, man. That's really, realizing things, taking things into the proper perspective, because that's when it's better to realize it before it's too late, but that's when a lot of people realized it. But, speaking about putting your money into the right things, you said, and playing for keeps as well, you made the right moves with the bag, and now you started a business. Was the business the actual Goats Recording Studio, LLC, or is it the label? The pay to play?
It's both. It's both. Yeah.
So you started them both during this whole pandemic?
Correct.
Wow. What does the Goats in the Recording Studio stand for? Is that like what?
Generations overcoming adversity through struggle.
Okay. That's
the acronym for Recording Studio.
Okay. That's very hard. How did you guys come up with that?
It was just something that we always knew that Goats was something that we wanted to do. But my boy Inks was the one that actually came up with the acronym. Mm-hmm. Okay. I ain't gonna take no credit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let him.
Yeah. So lastly, before I let you go, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Where do I see myself in the next 5 years? Realistically, I see myself in a really better situation musically. Mm-hmm. I see me making a lot more dope music. I see myself financially free.
Yeah. That's the goal, right?
And I see me putting other people in my city in position to do good musically. That's where I see myself in the next 5 years.
That's what's up, man. More power to you. I hope that all comes true for you, man. All right, man. That just about does it. I'm going to holler at you the next time you pay that cell phone, Wi-Fi, internet bill, however you're talking to me right now.
For sure.
What's your social media? Where can people check out your music?
You can find me everywhere at P2P Rixh. That's PAY2PLAYRIXH, no C's. On streaming platforms, you can find me at P2P Rixh, RIXH. Make sure you go check everything out, man. For the Commonwealth out right now, make sure you go grab that. I got another tape coming soon. I'm going to drop this on you because, I fuck with you, bro. It's, my man, Spaceships in the Suburbs 2 is about to drop again, man. I'm about to drop that shit. So make sure y'all, y'all looking out for that, bro.
Heard you.
And don't nobody else got that, bro. That's exclusive, bro. I ain't even tell nobody, man.
Heard you. Appreciate that. When is that dropping?
It's gonna drop in June. I'm not gonna say a date yet because I don't want to tell people, and then clearing the records and all of that shit. Yeah. It'll be out in June.
Heard you. Appreciate that, man. Listen, man, go check out my podcast as well. The Chris Papi Chulo Miller podcast, streaming everywhere, or just hit the link in the description. I'll have it there. Ladies, it's predicated to relationships, so go check that out. Fellas, it's for you as well. Some of you need the advice, so go check that out. I did an episode recently with Music Matt and Ashley Investigator Hodge. Hilarious stories on there on that episode, so go check that out. Follow my Instagram, Chris.Miller__. And Twitter is Chris Miller05. I'm Chris Papi Chulo Miller. We out.
Hey.